I'm Lisa Evers, and this is Street Soldiers.
Fox 5 and Hot 97 present Street Soldiers with Lisa Evers.
It's a season for giving and giving back, but some people do it all year round, and hip-hop is leading the way. Hip-hop artist Phresher is once again playing Santa with help from Street Soldiers to kids at a school in his East New York neighborhood. At Thanksgiving, he organized a deluxe feast for homeless neighbors.
There's nothing I'd rather do than give back. Like, it brings such warmth to my heart.
His career took another leap up, being featured on Eminem's new album. Phresher believes giving back is really keeping it real.
We get a negative rap for the music that we make and the things that go on in the videos, things we talk about. So when you see the average hip hop artist away from the music and away from music videos, and you see them giving back and doing things, it just gives you a whole new perspective on that person.
Hip-hop personalities Queenzflip's video giving his coat to a stranger in need went viral. But it's not just hip-hop. The Catalog for Giving organization funds 15 city youth-oriented programs that make a real difference in thousands of lives.
Especially those who come from under-resourced neighborhoods are craving and really needing those types of opportunities that are going to put them on a more level playing field.
Those serving in uniform take on different duties this time of the year. NYPD officers made the holidays happy for children at St. Joseph's School for the Deaf in the Bronx. And since 1947, the U.S. Marine Corps tackles a different mission in December.
Whenever the public sees the Marine Corps, usually they see the warrior side of us, and this is the kinder, gentler side of the Marine Corps. During this time, I kind of feel like Santa Claus.
Honestly, what I love is the fact that we're giving these toys to the children. Actually, when I was growing up, I was a recipient of one of these toys.
With more people involved in helping others, is it really becoming a way of life? Let's find out what our panel has to say. Joining me is Queenzflip. He's a social media influencer, podcast host, hip-hop humanitarian. Great to have you with us.
What's going on? Thank you, Lisa, for having me.
Awesome to have you with us. Also with us is Reverend Waldron. He's known as Pastor Mike. He's a senior pastor at the 1 Corinthian Baptist Church in Harlem, a leader for years on social justice issues, and they recently opened the Hope Center, which is a church-funded, free mental health center for people in Harlem. That's awesome. Thank you for being with us, Pastor Mike.
Lisa, great to be here.
Thank you so much. Also with us is Patricia Pat Robinson. She's Director of Operations for MS New York. That's the station group that includes Hot 97, WBLS, and WLIB. She's a longtime community volunteer and supporter of our Push for Peace town halls and many other charity events and organizations throughout the city. She's also a member of the Greater Allen AME Cathedral, and they're doing their Christmas on Merrick event. Pat, great to have you with us.
Thank you. Excited.
Thank you. Also joining us is Phresher. You know him as a hip-hop artist from Brooklyn. He is featured on Eminem's new album. Tremendous amount of buzz on that. He is a hip-hop humanitarian. We do the toys for the kids, Thanksgiving, Push for Peace, a lot of great things in the community. Phresher, great to have you with us.
Yes, thanks for having me, Lisa.
Awesome to have you. Let me start with you, Phresher. At this point in your career, you're touring, you're in the studio, you're doing appearances, all of these kinds of things that artists have to do to make their careers super hot like yours is right now. Why is it so important to you to still stay close to the community?
I mean, I tell people all the time, I want to be known as a great person before a great artist, and giving back to my neighborhood, me coming from a poverty-stricken neighborhood like East New York, I know that it's important to give back. I seen the benefits of giving back, of coaching kids and football and going to give turkeys. It influences everybody, because they say, how does he find the time? So if I can find the time from moving around and doing everything I'm doing, I still find time to give back. What's your excuse? You understand? And take care of your neighborhood, the neighborhood take care of you. You understand? I feel like these kids, man, we owe it to them.
And when you see the reaction to them, because there's a lot of volunteers, all year round that are doing the work, but when they see a hip hop artist like yourself, that has a totally different impact in terms of example.
Exactly.
Why is that?
Because we get a negative rap for the music that we make and the things that go on in the videos, things we talk about. So when you see the average hip hop artist away from the music getting away from music videos, and you see them giving back and doing things, it just gives you a whole new perspective on that person. You understand? That's why I tell people I want to be, again, don't judge me by the lyrics, judge me by the person I am away from music, because I spend more time away from music than, you know, like it's a music video, cool, but the person I am.
It's not real life.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's real people having real problems.
Yeah, exactly.
That need help. Pastor Mike, when you see the attention that's given now to people doing things in the community and giving back, is this something new, or is it because of the media?
No, I think part of it is that there are people who go unnoticed and no one talks about every day, who in some way, shape, or form are finding creative and even innovative ways to contribute back into the community. They don't always get the attention because of maybe the lack of celebrity, but there are people who are grinding every day to make sure that vast segments of the community have needs met. And so it's the kind of work we do on a daily basis. Does it always get attention? No. But I think in that vein, it is us being true to what our calling is and to our commitment to the community. And if you have a real heart for giving, and if you transcend a lot of the selfishness and the greed, you realize you do what you do not to get hits or likes or followers. You do what you do because it broadens your humanity and deepens who you really are.
That's so well put.
All facts.
Totally. Hashtag fact. Yes. Pat, in terms of the community, because it also being the radio group, MS New York, Hot 97, WBLS, WLIB, we've always been involved very closely with the community from day one. But you go beyond that, and you do a lot of things on your own as well. Why do you do that?
I just really understand the importance of it. You know, I was born and raised in Farragut Project, so I understood the environment. I too, similar to Phresher, am able to take inventory of what the environment was when I grew up, how important it is to open doors, but it's a part of my character, and I think that, you know, servitude is just extremely important. It helps to broaden who you are. It helps to show young adults and youth the opportunities that are available to them, and it gives us a chance to come off of our platforms when we've made it, and to get back in the community. That's where we are from. The community is the place that we have to foster for growth. So I do what I do for the stations, which I enjoy and I love, but from the heart, I don't get tired of doing and going above and beyond, and I'll continue to do that as much as I can.
Which is so awesome. Queenzflip, the hip hop. I mean, there have been many artists over the years, ever since the 90s even, that were doing things in the community, and a lot of times they didn't want attention for it. But now it's very hard to not get attention, even if you don't want attention. Somebody there has a camera on their phone. They're going to take pictures. They're going to post it, and people are going to find out about it. Do you sense that more people in hip hop, more of the artists in particular, feel like they need to give back, even if they aren't, or are telling their managers, hey, listen, we need to do this. We need to do this give back?
I mean, today in society, there's a lot of negativity going on. So we try as hip hop artists, as social media influencers, we try to influence others to give back. But I think that because of what's going on right now, I think it's positivity is what is good to. The positive message is good to spread around the world. That's what a lot of us are trying to do.
We're going to take a short break. This is Street Soldiers. I'm your host, Lisa Evers. We'll be back right after this.
Well, I saw holes in the sneakers, and I decided to jump into action. We all have that in us.
Phresher, what do you get out of it?
Lasting enjoyment. Like, there's nothing I'd rather do than give back. Like, it brings such warmth to my heart, because again, like, so much negativity in the world, and I keep adjusting it. Like, it's like negativity gets publicized so much, like in the media. Like, I turn on the news, I don't even watch the news anymore because I'm just tired of seeing negative things. And I think part of the reason why artists, or we publicize the positive things we do, because people have to see it. You have to lead by example, and if you don't see it, if it's not publicized, then it goes unnoticed.
Exactly.
So that's why we try to publicize as much as we can. So we say, look at what we're doing. Because everybody tells a kid, go to school and do this, and you should do that. When you show them, it's a whole nother meaning to it.
It's a whole different thing.
Setting examples, you know. So
Pat, as media people too, it's like the message when it's negative, it's not like even just a number of years ago where it was only on the news and you could turn the TV off or just not watch it. Now it's on our phones, it's in your face, it's everywhere you go. There's screens all over the place, and that's got to take a toll on people's spirits.
It does. So another thing is that what's important about the things that I'm doing is that we're coming from behind the desk, so it's not just the brand anymore. So we're out there, we're in the street. And I think it's about really giving people that one-on-one experience, that reward, that, don't you feel that when you give someone something, that experience of, you get this instantaneous something back to your heart and your spirit that makes you feel good and makes you want to replicate that. So it's not about the media, it's not about the brand, it's about the experience. So I volunteered for the distribution committee, which means that I'm going to be outside in the cold because I want that one-on-one experience with giving that family and handing it to them. I want to receive and I want to have that joy come back to me. I want to give that back. So that's important.
Pastor Mike?
Yeah, I know. One of the things Pat said that is very important is that when people are in need throughout the year, not just on holidays, sometimes they go to spaces that don't honor their humanity. There's no dignity in sometimes the distribution. And so
right, like you're on it, right, exactly.
Yeah, so, well, you don't have, so we're going to give you whatever, right?
Right.
So one of the things we try to do at the church is that we always bring dignity to the process. So, for example, in October, we have what we call, anybody can say we're giving away clothes. What we do in October is that we transform the church into a mall so people can come and go shopping, and then we assign each person a personal shopper. So we reach out to the shelters.
That's
they come,
awesome.
and so we had about 1,900 people this past October who got clothes. We gave out about 7,000 pieces of clothing.
That's
but
amazing.
You had dressing rooms, you had men's apparel, women's shoes.
So it wasn't just like take this and then it doesn't fit, or it's got like a coffee stain on it, or something like that.
You have to bring dignity to the experience.
Right.
So people feel like who they are is being valued and their humanity is being valued rather than getting someone's, leftovers. No, same thing. We do every morning. We do breakfast before books. Why? Well, do they have breakfast in schools? Yes, but there's a large segment of the community in Harlem that live in shelters, and they don't always get the kids out in time to get to school. So what do?
Right.
We serve breakfast every morning. We call it breakfast before books. So every week, almost 1,000 kids eat breakfast at the church, and they come on the way. These are the things you do to affirm people's humanity, and that's what happens, because there's nothing more deteriorating to the human soul than when you are feeling dehumanized daily.
Because of your circumstances.
That's absolutely.
Not because of who you are, but just because of some external economics or whatever is the situation.
And we make so many assumptions about people who are in need. No, these are families, working families who are struggling. They're having a hard time. Anybody would have a hard time in New York City right now with the cost of living and everything.
No, you have a large percentage of people, families in shelter are working.
Are working.
Right.
Working.
Right. We've done a bunch of stories on that. Queenzflip, in terms of growing up, tell us about, because your mom Marie, we know her as an anti-gun activist and peace advocate, and she's done a lot of things in the community too. So was this just kind of like a way for you, growing up, that you kind of got used to strangers being at your dinner table? And
yeah, I mean, it's just that growing up it wasn't easy. You know what I mean? The situation that my family was in, but I still watched my mom give back to people that were in better positions than she was, and that left something with me. And I feel that now that I'm a social media, whatever you call me,
influencer.
Yeah, and I'm doing good numbers. I feel that it's associated with us, Phresher, and our community. When people look at us, they have this certain stigmatism about us. They don't think
those
that,
negative stereotypes.
Yeah, stereotypes. They don't think that we go out there and give back. You know what I mean? And I just want to show what I was taught. That's my main thing, and I want to show everyone, because I record it. It's recorded. It's on my,
So when you gave your coat and then your sneakers to that homeless man on the street, was that just a spur of the moment thing?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I saw.
Honestly, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm from Queens. We okay. Book us out to my man Phresher. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I was sitting down, and me and my man Bino, and we were in the car, and it was about 7 in the morning, and I saw about like 9, 10 people pass this man, and there's an old man in the street, and they just you know, they were passing him, driving past him and walking past him, and I just felt bad because it was cold. I saw holes in the sneakers, and you know, I decided to jump into action. We all have that in us,
right? We do.
We all have that.
That's really our natural instinct.
Because of what's going on, and because of certain predicaments that we put ourselves in, or other people put us in. All we got to do is look within. We all got that love. We all got something to give back. Every single person. We just got to look within.
We just have to just take it day by day, but we have to learn how to respect each other all year round and love each other all year round.
In terms of the mental health benefits, Pastor, because I know this is a big issue for you, and you see the crisis that we are in pretty much our country. The benefits of people giving back. Is there any kind of connection there?
Oh, absolutely. I think one of the worst things, if someone is suffering from some kind of mental illness issue, and it's not always, many people think of mental illness, think of schizophrenia or something. No, depression, anxiety, panic attacks, those are all part of mental health. And so what happens is, in this time of the year, what compounds the feelings that are connected to the mental health issue are feelings of aloneness and isolation, and you can really feel alone during this time of the year, especially if you don't have a large family or there's no one who's thinking about you to buy your gift. So you can't underestimate the impact of mental health issues during this time of the year. Every holiday season, there's a rise.
Right.
There's a rise. You see the rise in suicide and all kinds of issues. And so we tried to address that at the church by offering free mental health services.
And the counseling for that. What about how we treat? What about how we just treat each other, basically? Because you have certain cultures, depending on how people grew up, in certain parts of the country, where people are more polite, they're more considerate, they treat each other with more respect.
Yes.
You know, just basic common courtesies like hello. You know, and instead of just shoving the person New York style out of the way. What do you think about that, Phresher? Do we need to do more of that?
As much as I love the holidays, right? Why would you wait for a particular time of the year to have more respect than a person you see every day? Well, you can see me for 365 days a year. Don't say nothing to me until December. Like, you know, December through. Like, how do you turn that filter off? See, I don't have that filter. You understand? It's always. You just have to, you know, we just have to learn to be respectful at all times of the year. You have to make that a goal, a mission. You understand? Because it starts with you. Change starts with me. Change starts with you. It starts with the person.
And small things too, and things that small.
Yeah, exactly. It's that small. You know, because we have to think. Look, you know, like a tree. Everybody wants the forest. You know, before you plant that seed, and water and sun and everything. It's a process. We have to trust the process, that everything is not going to start off big and everyone is going to do it. If I have one person that's on the same level and want to do the same thing that I'm doing, then that's a goal. We're getting to it, because 2 turn into 4 and 4 turn into 8. You know, we just have to just take it day by day, but we have to learn how to respect each other all year round and love each other all year round.
So when we say love too, it's like that can just be as simple as acknowledging that person's.
You have to love each other. Like, I love everyone in this room. Genuinely, why hate?
Right.
I love you. I bring the love first. You understand?
Right.
A simple hug or a simple conversation goes a long way for a lot of people.
Yes.
If you ever stop and talk to somebody, an elder, and you listen to them and you just tell them I love you, or you pay attention,
a kid or a youth, because they feel demonized a lot of times.
That goes a long way because they remember that. It's embedded into their brain, because they don't get that. It's not a lot of that these days.
Exactly right.
You understand? So.
No, at our church, our mantra, we say live, love, serve, right? So live the life you were created to live. And I tell people the worst thing in the world is to get to the end of your days and the end of your breath and realize you were living for other people's expectations, other people's opinions. So you live the life you were created to live, and then love beyond the limits of your prejudices. So wherever you think you draw a boundary because of your own prejudice and bigotry, transcend that boundary and start seeing the humanity of other people. And then serve. We're commissioned to serve, to understand that the greatest expression of your humanity is to serve another human being.
Phresher, last word.
Yes, I mean, love each other, love one another, love yourself, and love the people around you. it definitely translates. When you love yourself, you can spread love. Spread love. That's what I'm about. Spread
All right.
love. Spread that love.
All
please.
right, and that's what we're doing. I want to thank our guests for being with us for this episode of Street Soldiers Queenzflip. Great to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
Pastor Mike, thanks for being with us. Hope to have you back.
Absolutely.
All right, our Pat Robinson, thank you for being with us.
you.
And also Phresher, great to have you again.
me.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And remember, use your mind, it's your best weapon. I hope it's your only weapon. I'm Lisa Evers. Let's push for peace.